morning, Discovery, and welcome to WDMS. Today is Friday, May 25th. I'm Lexi.
And I'm Abby.
Please join us for a moment of silence followed by the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today's lunches: chicken nuggets, fettuccine alfredo, vegetable pizza, garlic bread, Caesar salad, and fruit cocktail.
The birthdays for today are Faith Bangana, Annie Stone, and Mr. Arter.
Today's events: in the afternoon there will be Readers and Writers Club.
Tuesday's events: in the morning there will be spring tennis and 6th and 7th grade ambassador meeting.
There are 2 sign-up sheets for volleyball in the main office. One says Discovery Volleyball 2018 and one says Penn Volleyball Camps 2018.
If an incoming 9th grader is interested in using the Penn Fitness Center in the summer, bring your student ID or Penn student schedule. Enter and exit door G at all times, and you must have a lock and a water bottle Wear proper gym clothing and tennis shoes. Hours are Monday through Friday, 5:45 to 7:45 a.m., and Monday through Thursday, 3 to 5:30 and 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The center is also open on Saturdays at 8 a.m. till noon.
All books from the IMC are now due. Please return ASAP.
Students, don't forget to check your school email each day. This is an important habit to get into.
Have a great, Mr. Kaufman.
Yeah.
Thank you, girls. Yes, Mr. Kaufman's here for Friday. Happy Friday to everybody here at Discovery. I know we've got textbook check-in today for our 8th graders. We've also got to turn in those IMC library books. Guys, start cleaning out those lockers because next week will be 6th and 7th grade locker clean-out. 6th graders, you'll have yours next week on Thursday. 7th grade on Friday, so start taking items home. Remember, it is a longer weekend this weekend. I know energy is going to be up in the building because the weather outside is also warm. So stay safe, my friends. Make sure you're making good choices out there with personal space and being where you're supposed to be at all times while here at Discovery. Just a reminder to our 6th and 7th graders that the Spirit t-shirt contest is going on right now for that design, and it can be turned in next week on May 30th. So I have some really nice designs in my office so far. We're looking for a lot more participants, so make sure you get those turned in before the deadline next week. If you do need another design sheet, you can pick those up in the main office. Also, today is the last Friday of the month. It's our final Friday for Electronics Day. So you can bring down your personal devices or Chromebooks and use them for a full Archer card. It's also front of the line Friday as well. We'll put those Archer cards right in the raffle bin. The raffle bin's located out in the Commons, so if you have a bunch of Archer cards, remember, deposit those in there. They're not going to be good next year because they're dated 2017-18 school year. So make sure you put those in the raffle bin today or through the remainder of next week. There's still time to also cash them in at the bookstore. So I heard from many of my fans out there with Wacky Wednesday that I forgot the Wacky Wednesday joke. That was because we had our special guest from Ronald McDonald House here. So I will catch up with a funny Friday joke today. My friend David was a victim of ID theft. Now we just call him Dave. And why was the geometry class always tired? Because they were all out of shape. And one more. I don't get this one really, but we'll say it anyway. You guys help me out here. Knock, knock. Who's there? Canoe. Can you help me? I'm trapped outside. Because you're not going to get in, I guess. Okay, that was it for today's Funny Friday. Be safe out there, Discovery. Now back to Abby and Lexi.
Have a great day, Discovery. Bye.
Today, you will be presented with 6 books that fall into the category of dystopia and sci-fi. And then you will be voting for the one that sounds most interesting to you. Remember, what you're voting on is the one, if you had to read one of these books, that's the one that you would pick to read. If it makes the top 5, then next year when we vote for the final 3, you can vote for it again if you really do want to read it at that time. So listen to the descriptions carefully and pick the one that you think is the one you would be most interested in. And the code for voting will come up on the screen after the presentation of the books. Sci-Fi Book A. After war destroyed most of the United States, people were forced to live in one of the few large cities or in the outlying small towns. Everything in between is uninhabitable due to radiation. Almost everyone, including Tess, dreams of attending the university and getting a job that will help rebuild society. And Tess gets the chance to be tested for a spot. She has the chance to do what she always wanted if she can survive the test and her fellow competitors.
The world has become perfect, or has it? A supercomputing cloud is running the world, and natural death and disease are things of the past. We can all rejuvenate to younger versions of ourselves. In order to keep the population in check, a specialized group has been created. What happens when 2 young apprentices have to compete for this deadly job that they don't even want?
Jane lives in a world where people's lives can be saved by cybernetic technology. Jane's life was saved after a fire by that same technology, and then she was adopted into a family. But her adoptive mother looks down on her and treats her as if she is a servant, and her sisters are no better. Jane's cybernetics start acting up, and she realizes, because of the way they're acting, that she may be the only one who can help stop a coming invasion. But first, she has to escape her family and their punishment. A catastrophe has destroyed the United States. A small group of survivors finds a livable area and begins to form a government, but then begins warring among themselves for who should be in charge. The women aren't allowed to have a leadership role, and so they split, and it forms 2 countries that are divided by a contaminated river. 500 years later, Meg, a citizen of the female-led country, is recruited to pose as the wife of a male scientist and spy in the male-led country, and her job is to recover an object that was stolen from the queen of her country. But in the process, she learns that her government may not be as ideal as she thought, and that citizens on both sides may be unhappy with some of the rules being imposed upon them.
Emily is on her last legs mentally and financially. The only thing she can turn to is her life in a wildly popular virtual world. When she sees an opportunity to steal a powerful and rare artifact from the opening game, she takes it. She planned on hacking into the game. She didn't plan for the fact that everyone would be able to see her after her brilliant hack. Instead of being prosecuted, she finds herself with a new job and a completely new world to figure out. Can she find another hacker bent on destroying the game she loves in time to save the people she's only just learning to care about?
There used to be people with incredible powers in the past, but something happened to take those abilities away. Now, as 2 teenagers discover they are developing superpowers of their own, they also discover that they have become the target.